Hello there, welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadil Kabira. Our conversation for today is the acid test of the unity between Rigathi and President William Ruto. That's the conversation now. I'm with Herman Manyora, political analyst, commentator. How are you doing today?
Good.
You're fine?
Very fine.
Despite the talks that our president and his deputy might be going through the Ruto thing?
No.
Yeah?
I don't think so.
You know, the conversation came from Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga. He's actually Rigathi's governor back in Nyeri.
Yes, yes.
He says there's been this alleged plot to remove Mount Kenya names from nominations, and then they're trying to shortchange the Mount Kenya region within this administration. Also talk of Kenya Kwanza and UDA frostiness. Why do you call them cheap?
Cheap. The same thing as the Luya MPs making noise. Luya lead politicians or Raila, Yala. This game is tossed up in the skies. You play it. You don't go and cry like babies. Oh, no, you fight for these things. What was there to be given?
Do you think this is a situation that it is when you look at the principal secretary's list and you saw that because the courts actually stopped the process of vetting and you saw some of these names because of lack of inclusivity of the country, does this mean there's this talk that we're giving the people that supported us? That is what is happening in State House.
And I've said that's wrong. Yeah, I said that's wrong. If you create the impression that you are only rewarding people and they are coming from a particular part of the country,
yeah,
then you are trading on dangerous grounds. Yes.
Do you think Ruto is ready to trade on dangerous grounds and
he
give
is
people...
trading on dangerous grounds.
I'm saying, do you think he's ready to go ahead and give people in the opposition some positions because of his 2027 politics? Do you think it'll get to that point?
He's already doing it, but in a style that I don't think is productive. Where you go and, you see, Moi tried it and didn't work. When you are looking for the Gikuyus and you have only JJ Kamoto, and you have certain sycophants from Luo Nyanza, you have not taken the region with you. And in the fullness of time, they descended on Moi. Because he had never brought them in a manner they really thought they were brought on board. So if you go to Luo Nyanza and get a few failed politicians, a few miserable chaps, and purport to bring them into government as a way of showing you are being inclusive, that doesn't work. You have to be genuine about it and get serious men and women from across the country. Then people will believe you. But if you are playing games, then people also know what you are. But for him, he's not even reached that level or trying to pretend that he's reaching out to the Luos. He just is not doing it.
Do you think he's being held hostage by the likes of Rigathi because according to some of the people like Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga, it's as if Rigathi is there to make sure that the region is being protected and their interests are being well safe. Could this be the case with Ruto?
If Mutahi Kahiga manages to convince Rigathi Gachagua, and I doubt that we are being shortchanged, and they push Ruto because they have the numbers to remove him from power, and he convinces Ruto that unless you give us these positions, you are doomed. We will abandon you. Where will it end? Because if they end up taking half of government, then again it's no longer sustainable. It's not tenable. It will not work. So either way, they will lose. The idea of trying to push Ruto into giving them things and perhaps even getting those things doesn't earn them any bonga point. They lose.
When you
Everybody
look at
loses.
the spree in which Mutahi Kahiga has been when it comes to this conversation, this is something he said recently. To support him, William Ruto, wholly we must make our son Rigathi Gachagua very strong. When fire breaks out, it mostly lands on number 2 in the office. I don't know whether we have realized that. Continue praying for him. Could there be an invisible hand, because he's been talking a lot about Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto's relationship? Could there be
I choose to believe that William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are working together very well. That's not to say there are no attempts from some small politicians,
outsiders,
to create conflict. And try to say we are not getting this, like Mutahi Kahiga. I would suggest they dismiss those people.
Both
Ignore them.
Ruto and Rigathi.
They should ignore them. In fact, I would suggest to Ruto and Gachagua, the thinking that they can populate government with Kikuyus and Kalenjin to the exclusion of other Kenyans is indeed dangerous. It's counterproductive. It plays and feeds squarely into the narrative that some people are playing politics in this country, where we are moving from a Kikuyu to a Kalenjin, Kikuyu, Kalenjin, Kalenjin, Kikuyu, Kikuyu. That narrative is not good for the country. So by way of appointment, like the list of principal secretaries, where you have 13 from the Kalenjin, 13 from the Gema community, with one or so from the Luos, that is a dangerous thing to do. So if they are pushing beyond that, where are they heading? Where are they taking the government?
Tell me, how should Ruto act? Because remember with Uhuru Kenyatta...
In fact, he should do the opposite of what is being told to do.
Speaking about Uhuru Kenyatta, he decided to go the other way, bring opposition in, appoint people from different parts of the country. And then he left as one of the most hated presidents we've ever had in this country, arguably.
That hatred for Uhuru would be shortlisted. I think I was somewhere, and I looked at some engineering wonder of the southern bypass, together with some, the expressway near Ole Serene.
Yeah.
I said, God, this Uhuru man must be celebrated. It looks so nice at night.
It does.
It looks wonderful. You can't believe you are in Kenya.
But as it was...
The hatred for Uhuru is misplaced, it's misguided, and will be short-lived.
So Ruto should also think of that, say he does his own thing and doesn't
you just
matter
do your work,
what the Kalenjin people
whether people like you. What you should do is to do what's good for the country. I mean, it's so simple.
Is it that simple? Because of
it
the
is
politics?
Simple.
There's still politics for 2027.
No,
he has to consider
simple.
that now.
It is simple, which is doing what's good for the people of this country. If you are the president, it is simple. You do what's good for the people of this country. But you'll step on certain toes. Because they told us, Rigathi put it better than even Ruto, about cartels. I was hoping in a month, our jails will have released common people and put there these rich people who have stolen the cartels.
Yeah.
They are calling that state capture. They have gone quiet, silent on state capture. So, if you want to do what is right, you'll jail these thieves. You'll make life bearable for the people of Kenya. You don't need to please anybody. The people of Kenya will support you. And they will die with you. Nobody will touch you.
When you look at
just do what's right for the people of Kenya.
You know, when you had the cabinet also, some say he was also actually planning, it's a strategy for 2027. You're saying it's so simple. How can you simplify things by betraying, some would call it, betraying, let's say, the Gema nation by giving positions to regions that didn't elect you and still have a say in 2027?
On cabinets, do what's right. Give the Kenyan people the cabinet they deserve. The country is going through very challenging times. It requires men and women who can think through this problem. Not the people who Ruto has put in office. That's what is good for the country. The country is at a very bad point. It requires the best men, the best women, the best hands.
I think you don't want to talk about the politics of it because you're saying...
So now, if you are doing the right thing, even the politics will be simple. If you want to hire a Kikuyu, who tells you must hire the worst Kikuyu? If you want to give people of cost a minister, must it be the worst the cost they can produce? You'll deal with those small problems, including people who supported you. Not everybody who supported you and even gave you money must become a minister. Mwambie kitu kimeumana. Hapa kimeumana. Nikienda namna hii hatuwezi. Wewe acha nitakupatia biashara kidogo ufanye. Wewe ndio kufanya chairman ya parastatal mahali fulani. Alafu namweka parastatal chairman, unaweka very smart young boy anakuwa CEO. Chairman anaambia wewe mzee, hii suti yako imeharibika sana. We are sending you on trip to Brazil for 2 weeks. Ukikuja na suti mpya.
And the politics.
Just the politics now. You can play me if I'm the president. I will please all these useless politicians.
Why do you think
even the ones who gave me big money? I will play smart. They will be happy. But government I will reserve for the best.
Then what is ailing the government now? If you say it is that simple, why aren't they getting the simplicity?
But you see, if you allow yourself to be held captive by interests, whether they be American, IMF, World Bank, local politicians who supported you, some who financed you, businessmen who supported you, some who financed you. If you allow yourself to pamper to their whims, then you will not do what is good for the people of Kenya. If at the beginning of everything you do is good for the people of this country, you will find how simple everything will be. When you are selecting a cabinet, you look at the people of this country. What is good for them? I want to give them a minister in charge of this ministry. They need the best man.
Yeah.
Because this situation is so getting out of control. So it can't just be any minister. It must be a really person with the capacity to think. Unaweka hapa. The one you would have put there, because of political considerations, you find something else for him. Simple.
Are you saying Ruto?
Because government is big.
Are you saying
government
Ruto
has many big things.
Does he have what it takes to change the country?
Who?
When President William Ruto now, because you say it's simple, if he puts the interest
If he
of
wants,
Kenya,
he will. If Ruto wants to change this country to make it better, he will. The goodwill is there. The support is there. The infrastructure is there. Everything, the people are there. In fact, changing this country, if you are the president, is the simplest thing. Except you must put the people first. No politician in this country is willing to put the people first. And that's why they cannot succeed.
when you say no,
So
you've
Ruto will not
generalized.
succeed to change this country.
You've generalized all
He'll
of
never
them.
make this country better.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any politician who can make this country better. Because to make this country better, you must put the people first. Not small interests. We are inside here, 1 million. We are Kanipa 50 million. This one supported me at the cost. Forget about that. That you cannot.
For Rigathi Gachagua, where there is smoke, probably there is fire. If the governor Mutahi Kahiga says they should Rigathi watch his back when it comes to the relationship we have with his
Gachagua
president.
and Ruto are working well.
We don't go back
Let's
there.
not create unnecessary friction between these two gentlemen. But again, this is politics. Gachagua will have to ask himself at some point, what serves me right if I want to be president? Is it to wait until 2032? Or 2027? He has to ask himself that question. Every politician under cover of darkness in his bedroom asks himself very dangerous questions.
Where are we going?
I'm Rigathi Gachagua. Do I want the presidency badly, the way Ruto wanted it? Yes. Do I remain loyal to Ruto until 2032? Yes. The country will accept another Kikuyu after Kalenjin in 2032, 10 years from now? Yes, fine. Wait. But is it possible? In my considered opinion, it will be a dream for a Kikuyu to think they can succeed Ruto. It will be a dream, especially 2032. So Gachagua, if I was advising him, if he was paying me, I would tell him, you can go for 2027. Tell Ruto, we are very good friends. You've done your 5 years. I think you failed somewhere. Let me help the people of Kenya.
Go the Ruto way.
Because 2027, the game changer is the Kikuyu nation. If the Kikuyu decide they want to go on their own, we shall have 3 to 4 candidates, none with advantage over the other. Because without the Kikuyu support, Ruto is just another candidate. The Azimio side, whether Kalonzo or who, and it's not Raila, they are just another candidate. That Kikuyu candidate will just be another candidate. And there could even be a fourth. The 4 of them or 3 of them will just be candidates. We will wait until the last vote is counted or stolen for us to know who is the president. So the Kikuyu are the game changer. And then now, Rigathi can gamble.
Yeah.
He can say, what? 2032? After Ruto 10 years?
It's difficult.
No Kikuyu can be given the presidency.
So let's
this country will not take it. It will not be possible.
in 2027.
It will not be possible. It will not, 2032, no, it won't be possible.
So for
So if
2027,
Gachagua wants to be president of this country, salamia tu Ruto mwambia, wacha tujaribu hiki kitu. Wacha mimi nijaribu na wewe ujaribu. Bila atashinda bana. Sisi ni marafiki tu.
but I think
We are just friends.
Ruto has proven that he knows politics and he can
But you know,
actually-
Ruto can see that. He can see that possibility of a Kikuyu, not necessarily Rigathi Gachagua. But if the Kikuyus feel they need this thing in 2027, and Rigathi Gachagua is not seizing the moment, they will look for another Kikuyu.
So your advice now is for Rigathi to look for to think
under cover of darkness in his bedroom. And I'm here, Dorcas, madam, let us pray. And then we sleep. Wakati Dorcas anafikiri waziri naibu wa rais amelala. Anafikiria you face, you lie on your back looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
At 2 a.m. and you say, I want to be president. If I wait 2022, the Kikuyus will have fronted somebody in 2027. And that person can get or destroy the relation between the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu to a point I will have no support from that quarter in 2032. So let me go for this thing. I'm not advising him to do that. What I've said is enough. He has to pay me.
Past that. Till we do talk again, thank you so much. If Ruto wants to change this country, Prophet said he must put the people first. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.